We're not borrowing that again, by the looks of it.
Cheers. So your first ever one.
Yeah.
Nice. Enjoy.
We are 6 minutes away from delivering £10,000 worth of check. Stops. We're not borrowing that again, by the looks of it.
Cheers. So your first ever one.
Yeah.
Nice. Enjoy.
We are 6 minutes away from delivering £10,000 worth of check. Hello. How are we doing? Hope you had a good weekend. We got in Steve, Callum, Jace, the Hiking Warrior, Rusty, Swansky, Julie, Gemma, Nicola, Robert. How are we all doing? How are we doing? Not doing too bad, bud. Not doing too bad. Yeah, F5. See if anything else on there. Brian, what's up? Oi, oi. Well, chat, this is a pre-live. This is where I have a little chinwag with you. I'll let you know what's ending today. I'll run through how you can get involved in comps, how it works, especially if you're new here. So if there's anybody lurking and you're kind of wondering how it all works, I'll do a brief breakdown shortly. As I say, I then go through like what's ending today, and then give you a chance to win some store credit. MetaQuest 3 would be nice. I'm not doing too bad, Nick. I'm doing okay, my dear. Yeah, I got back from a weekend away that was very much needed. Up in Hay-on-Wye. Came back last night, which was nice. Ready for tonight, and then tomorrow, the whole team, we're going up to deliver Jason's PC. So he won the V3 version of Mr. Freeze. So popping up to see Billy and Jason Atherton tomorrow. Yeah, and then we're gonna, well, basically chill up there for the evening and come back tomorrow morning. So it'd be nice. It'd be nice to meet. As I say, Billy and Jason have been playing the Com City giveaways for a while, so it'd be nice to go and meet them face to face. taking the woofers as well. Car doesn't know it yet, but he'd be in the back of the van in the crate like, love him. So, if you're new here, I'll run through some introductions. So, this is the team. You got myself and Ray, the company directors, and we launched this company back in 2020. We got Gav, our media manager and all-around legend. We've got Mum, aka Candy, our customer services manager, and then Chris, our linguini/operations manager. Between those two on the end, they're primarily the ones that will deal with getting your instant wins out to you, be it cash prizes, cash alternatives, or the physical prizes. You'll be speaking to Candy and Chris, mostly. And this is the team, as I say, we launched Com City Giveaways back in 2020, so well established within this industry now. Also, a new addition to the site, if you look at whether you look at the burger menu on your mobile phone or you're on your laptop desktop, there is an FAQ that is built into the site now that you don't need to log in for. It is there, and it will answer pretty much, I guarantee, almost 98% of the questions that you may have. If there's anything that you're ever unsure of that's outside of that FAQ, do not be afraid to reach out to our socials, be it Facebook, Instagram, or if you see us on a pre-live or a live, you can ask questions there as well. But yeah, there is an FAQ that you can scroll through and have a gander if there's any questions you might, maybe you don't want to ask them on our socials or in a pre-live, etc. Pardon me. And if that's the case, then you've got the FAQ there and waiting for you. If you're new to the site and kind of wondering what we are about, we're a competition website based in Newport, South Wales, and as long as you're over the age of 18 and part of the UK or Northern Ireland, you will be able to play. We primarily do sort of like tech, gadget stuff, gaming related goodies and cash prizes, so if you just have a scroll through the site, you can kind of get a feel for what we do. From Pokemon, Lego, 10 grand cash prizes, e-bikes, as I say, the ultimate £80,000 prize pool, so loads of chances to win PCs, consoles, cash and stuff just by entering this competition. And you will see in the coming months that we'll sort of broaden what we do a little bit, so you'll see more like vouchers and cash and maybe some more gold comps, maybe some more watch comps, etc. But keep it on our site and you'll get a feel for that when it all comes to fruition. But yeah, loads to get yourself involved in on the website. All prizes, so if you are new here, just to confirm that every single prize you see on the website has a guaranteed draw. There are no rollovers or extensions ever. So for example, today the Airbnb voucher that we thought might do quite good is quite a bit under 50% sold. And remember, you can use Airbnb is pretty much worldwide, so if you're going traveling somewhere, there's a £500 voucher that you could have it for grabs here to help you on those trips. Obviously, if you want to do any like weekend breaks and stuff, for example, like I did this weekend, that was Airbnb. It was really nice. It was really nice, which is good. But yeah, it's there's a lot on there. There's a lot on there to get involved in. But I'll go through what is actually ending in a moment. Now, how do you get involved in these competitions? So if you're kind of new here and want to see a quick video, this is how in 3, 2, 1.
Hello there. So you would like to enter a Comp City competition. So firstly, head on over to compcitygiveaways.co.uk, find a competition that you would like to enter the amount of tickets, and when you're done shopping, head on over to your basket in the top right corner. Punch in your details, such as name, address and email. Upon paying, you will be greeted by a thank you for order page with your assigned tickets. It's that easy.
And it's at this point that you will find out if you've won an instant win. Good luck.
Boosh! We are back in the room, and that's how you can get yourself involved. Liam, I did see that. It's probably not a cock-up. What it probably is, if they're out of stock, some websites do put overinflated costs, so they put like 99999 in, for example. Problem with your account? What would that be? Unless there's a restriction due to be lifted, maybe. I've not had a chance to look at restrictions today, so that could be why. So I might have to, I'll check that after the pre-live if that's the case. If it's saying that you haven't got a payment method, that would be because I remember you put a self-restriction on the account if that's not been lifted. And I was away for the weekend, so when I got home last night, I just moved any instant win emails and stuff over for Mum to help her this morning, and then I just changed the banners to say you know, 6 live at 7. So that is the case. I'll have a look after the pre-live, and if it's due to be lifted, I will get that lifted for you. Sick again. Sam, speedy recovery. Speedy recovery. Made me spend all day in the scissor lift labeling the rack in, even though they know I have a phobia of heights. Yeah, some sites do. It's not winning anything, Chris says. Yeah, some sites do that. It's like that particular product becomes like a placeholder on the site, and yeah, you'll see like elevated costs on certain things. Like I know, for example, overclockers, when the 5090s came out, some of their sites were saying it's like 10 grand for a GPU, but that wasn't the case. It was just because it was out of stock, it sort of puts it to a higher value. How you doing, Adam? You good? Curse of the Nines in Photoshop. Yeah, it was funny. What's going on there? Oh, there is something on the screen. It's just like really small. I was like, why is my screen gone black? But just like a random OLED display thing or something I put on this. Was a bit of ambiance in the background, but for a moment I was like, where the heck is the screen? But it's just where my chair was covering the main image. So, what is ending today, chat? So I'm going to go through what's ending. I'll then sort of show you how we a brief sort of breakdown of how we pick our winners and stuff as well. But I always like to run through the comps that are coming to a close. Now, like I said, every single prize you see on the website has a guaranteed draw. So regardless of how many tickets sell, the prize, the competition, etc., always goes ahead. So everything under Quest is closing at 6 p.m. today. So that leaves you a little over an hour to get involved in everything I'm about to go through. Obviously, with the exception of the competitions that have sold out. The entry list for the Nintendo Switch 2 and the bundle, and the Destined Rivals is already live under entry lists. Now, we have the Meta Quest 3. It's the 512 gig version with Elite Strap and battery is the main prize. There are still chances to win Meta Quest 3S's just by entering, and if you don't want the headset, there's loads. We got 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 7 chances to win the Meta Quest 3S 128 gig version, or £225 cash just by entering that. Now, the more an Insta-Win competition sells, the higher your chances are bagging what's remaining. So that's what, like, you know, 35-40% sold. There's still 7 Meta Quest 3S's or 225 quid in there. So you could basically enter between now and 6 p.m. and bag yourself some cash or the 3S version of the headset. The Nintendo Switch 2 Mario Kart World Bundle has sold out early. Entry list is already live. So as I say, you can go to the entry list tab. And there you go. It's already there and ready for later on. We have the 5p multiplier, which will give you a chance to win 50 quid just by entering. Main prize, £200 on that one. Just 5 pence to play, and is approaching that sort of 60% sold mark. We have 10 pence to enter for the MSI NVIDIA RTX 5080, which is the Inspire 3X, which is lovely. It's like almost a rose goldy color. It's a beautiful card. Really, really nice card. But if you're not in the market for that, as I say, there's £1,000 tax-free cash up for grabs as the cash alternative there. Just over 50% sold, so the odds are still really, really good at that main prize. Not doing that great is the Airbnb gift cards. It's £500 worth of Airbnb vouchers, 50 pence an entry, quite a bit under 40% sold. Again, guaranteed draws, and you can use an Airbnb voucher pretty much anywhere in the world. It's a wicked, wicked company. We've got the Uni Coda 2 Essentials Multi-Fuel Pizza Oven, or 325 quid cash. 79 pence an entry, also quite a bit under 50% sold. So again, really, really good odds. How we doing, Matthew? You good? Sophie, what's up? We've got the, how would you actually say this? La Hacienda Trentum Clay Chimney, 50 pence. an entry. Really, really good odds for that. We've then got 500 entries into the ultimate £80,000 prize pool, so it's 25p an entry, and that gives you 500 entries into this. Now, the main prize is 10 grand split 4 ways, so first place prize £5,000, second place prize £3,000, third place prize £1,500, and then fourth £500. But just by entering that competition, there are chances to win 50/90 gaming PCs, TVs, consoles, cash, £1 an entry, and you could be walking away with many a prize. You never know. You never know. Not doing that great either is 10 grand cash chat, 50 pence an entry, and again, we guarantee every single draw. This comp is not even 15% sold, and it is still going to be drawn when the end date hits there. So if you want to get yourselves involved, now is the time to do so. Do not wait until the end. So you may as well get your tickets in now, so you've secured your chances. Loads on the website. Have a scroll through. Or every card will tell you when comps are closing and or what day they are closing. So yeah, really good fun comps. I'm enjoying it. So whatever I have entered, I hope I win. Can you not remember? Looks like a crap gender review. All right, and well done. Cheeky 50 quid. I like it. Lovely jubbly. Kept setting the weight at Sensor off 2, which was insulting. How much weight were you taking on there, Brian? Well, it means everyone can wait for the comps to close. Yeah, a lot of people do like their instant wins. Granted, that's why I think the next time that we do a cash prize like that, we will throw instant wins as well. Obviously, when it comes to like prizes without instant wins, you've also got to think the odds are in your favor as well, because the odds are much better for the main prize, because we don't have to account for or cover the cost of any instant wins. But again, yeah, I think, as I say, because there's no instant wins tied into this, so that's likely to make a huge loss for us, but it is what it is, and it just means that someone has got a better chance at winning £10,000 tax-free cash. This isn't Snoop, by the way, it's just some squash, but I just thought being in a metal container, it works really well. How you doing, Wayne? You good? It was really just me and a roll of labels. Mike, good luck. Yeah, when they get in stock, we'll do stuff like that. Anything like that. But it's pretty much, it's just a handheld Xbox that's been branded by ROG Ally, or vice versa, sorry. So yeah, we've been doing ROG Allies for a long time. Although there's a couple of caveats to it. It is decent. I need to watch the like the Microsoft/Xbox demo, should we say, so we can sort of see what they were doing. Didn't get a chance to catch up with that. What I did see, however, before going away, was the Witcher 4 demo on Unreal Engine 5.3, 5.4. My only concern is with that, it looks incredible, but I don't think that'll be end product. I think that was literally just a demo to show off what the Unreal Engine could do. But then again, I'm hoping they've learned from their mistakes when it comes to Cyberpunk 2077. So we could see a game that is running like that, which would be absolutely incredible. What? Rebecca, speedy recovery. I hope you're okay. Flipping heck. Talk about heart stopping. Sorry, it's only because you're making a joke about it that I did. Otherwise, I'd be a lot more sensitive, but I can see you've got a sense of humor, so Rebecca, good luck for tonight. And I bet your chest feels like it's been like an elephant's walked across it. Flipping heck. Yeah. Well, welcome back, and as I say, I hope you're doing better, Rebecca. 100%. 100%. Yeah, no Fable. Fable's in the works, which I'm interested in. I'm a huge fan of Fable. Witcher 4 looks incredible, because I am actually quite excited to play Ciri. A lot of people are like, where's Geralt, man? But like, if anyone played the Witcher series, you knew that it was gonna split off, fork off to Ciri. So I've heard good things about the Switch too. So one of our winners, Chris, I did ask him for some feedback. He came and picked it up Friday. So we had got to meet Edward, Chris, and I didn't meet him, sorry, but Chris went and dropped Elliot's Switch 2, and I've heard good things about the Switch 2. So it runs really, like Zelda runs with like very little frame rate droppage. Screen, although is not OLED, is still a really good screen for the games that you play. Yeah, I'm intrigued. I'm sort of like, do I upgrade from my existing one? Because it's one of the reasons I stopped playing Zelda, because certain parts got really, really choppy and it was hard to like fight in those areas or complete puzzles. So yeah, potentially I might upgrade. I don't know. So what I'm going to do, chat, is what I like to call the final breakdown. But actually, before I get into that, is I haven't shown you like the entry list and stuff. So you know how to enter a competition, and I've shown you all of that stuff, and I've shown you what's ending tonight so far. But how do we pick our winners? So entry lists, as you can see here, are always pre-published. So the reason comps close at 6 is it gives us a chance to get the entry list on the website for you. That way then you can see who's entered what, how many tickets, etc. And it adds to our transparency for our core values here at Com City. So entry lists will look like this. They'll always show you what we're drawing for, the amount of tickets that should have sold. So again, remember I said that comps are guaranteed. There are no extensions or rollovers ever. It'll show you a cost of a ticket. Then with an entry list, if a competition doesn't sell out, because we do guarantee them, as I mentioned, there may be they will be, not there may be. If a comp doesn't sell out, there will be missing ticket numbers in that entry list for the sheer fact those tickets didn't sell. What we do, however, is use the same number range of so this had 128,000 total tickets to sell. We put between 1 and 128,000 into RNG, which stands for Random Number Generator, and we use Google's RNG, which I'll show you a proper demo of that on the live draw. So we put between 1 and 128,000 into RNG, hit generate, whoever that lands on would be the winner. However, if we land on an unsold number, I'll come back to this screen, not this screen, but I'll go back to RNG, line the mouse up and hit generate, and we keep doing that until we find our winners. And again, as I say, you'll see that on the live draw. Goats almost entered the chat. I can hand on heart say it's worth 400 quid. As I didn't spend that much on mine. No, you didn't. You had a cheeky little win. What games have you played on it so far, Ali? And have you played Switch 2 specific games, or the Switch 2 version of games, or have you played like a backdated version? How are you finding it? Ooh, for dinner. I don't know what to have for dinner. Just before half hour before the pre-live, I had just egg on toast, and then as I was waiting, I had like peanut butter on some bread, like a protein sourdough, which was nice. Nice. Scotty boy, good luck. Good name, by the way. Yeah, CPR is definitely hard work, Julie. Been there, done that. Very tiring. And yeah, for me, CPR is night fever. I just remember. I just keep going. Yeah, not a pleasant place to be in, but one that works all the same. And surprising how flexible the chest is. So I played the new Mario Kart and patch Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, and there's a massive difference. Have Sonic X Shadow Switch 2 just come into, so we'll try that. Haven't tried the Zelda yet, but we'll do. Zelda's the one I'm interested in. I didn't have many frame drops with like Pokemon Sword and Shield. They played really well. How you doing, Lisa? Not doing too bad, my dear. Hope you're keeping well. Pink Pony Club. That would actually work. It would work as well. Yeah, I like that. So, yeah, let's get into what I like to call the final breakdown. I can see the audio's working, so Rusty, don't troll me this time. I can see it coming through the EQ. How funny. So this part is what I like to call it's the final breakdown. So the final breakdown, chat, is everything that we see under quest is closing at 6 p.m. So you've got what a little under 50 minutes now to get yourselves involved in anything that we're ready to go through. Obviously, with the exception of the 2 comps that have sold out. But yeah, the MetaQuest 3 512 gig version with Elite Strap and battery is the main price for this. There are still 7 chances to bag a MetaQuest 3S or 225 quid cash just by entering this competition. And again, the more an instant win comp sells, the higher chances are of finding what's remaining. So as I say, they could drop at any moment within the next just under that hour now. Obviously, the Nintendo Switch 2 with the Mario Kart bundle has sold out. We got the 5p multiplier for grabs, which is a £200 main prize, but just by entering you could win 50 quid cash. Just by playing, it's 5 pence an entry. £1,000 tax-free cash or the MSI RTX 5080 Inspire. The choice is yours. Should you win that, it's 10p to play. Is under that sort of 60% sold mark with a guaranteed draw. We've got the £500 Airbnb gift voucher, as I say, which is quite a bit under 50% sold. So really, really good odds on that. Again, guaranteed draw, chat. If the comp doesn't do that well, they're the ones to get involved in. Is your chances are higher at winning the comps that haven't sold out. We got the Unicoda pizza oven bundle there, or 325 quid. 79 pence an entry. We have the Chimney for 50p an entry. So you'll see a lot of this stuff around sort of spring, summertime that we get dirty amount of tickets in the 5p. You know, you'll see a lot of like seasonal stuff. So for gardens around this sort of period of time and what have you, you'll see where we will pop things live for the garden. You got 500 entries into the ultimate, so 80k prize pool. So 25 pence an entry gives you 500 entries into this. So see that as 500 chances at bagging an instant win, or 500 entries into the main prizes there as well. So really, really good sort of, almost like an odds booster, because more tickets equals more chances. But again, on that same breath, if you're paying for those tickets, please make sure that you're in a position to afford them. Play responsibly and enjoy your time here at Com City Giveaways. Don't, as I say, overindulge or overinvest in tickets. Just play with what you can afford. Whilst we're on the subject of like multiple tickets, and then Destin Rivals has sold out. What would you like to see in a barbecue bundle? What are we thinking? What do you mean by barbecue bundle? So do you want to see like barbecue and vouchers to... We've done that before, actually. We did like a barbecue bundle with like vouchers to like Tesco, Asda, whatever. So you can obviously go and get your meat and stuff. But in terms of an actual like meat bundle, I think it depends on the logistics, because it depends where people are. Obviously, charcoal bundle with a butcher's voucher. Yeah, that's a good shout. Definitely a barbecue. Maybe a swinging couch and other garden furniture. So you mean like a garden sort of bundle then? Okay. Because I kind of went where Lisa and a barbecue probably. Where Lisa and Fing went where, you know, you have like a bundle, like a voucher to get all your meats and stuff with. But then what was the last one we did? It wasn't a bundle, but it was I nearly called it I think it was Pit Boy, wasn't it? Not Pit Boy. But we recently did a large barbecue. Didn't do that great, but we could do like mid-range barbecue with something in play. Barbecue tools, meat hamper, with seasoning selection. I like that. I like that. I like that. Charcoal. All the village just won another 50. What, another 50, or have you got another 50 tickets? Sander, now you've mentioned in Indian. Oh, good shout. Good shout. Cheese sub. Just changed my face on my Garmin. It's now a Pit Boy. Obsidian party flippers. Yeah, Chris, on each comp is different. So some comps, not all comps will have like 1,000 tickets per person. Some comps will have a lot less. Some comps will have more. It all depends on, you know, how big that comp is. But if you're ever unsure of like what max tickets is, when you go into the comp itself, it'll always tell you here what the max tickets is. For example, 2,000 on that one. On this one, it's 1,500 per person. That will show you when exit was closed. When you open up, it'll always tell you what max tickets is per person on each comp. So every comp will be different. You're not going to get the same amount of max tickets per person on a comp. It is £500 childcare voucher. Oh, nice. Go on, Phyllis boy. I like it. I like it. So that's everything that's ending, chat. I've gone through how you can get involved. I've gone through what's ending today. What I am going to do is give you, the audience, a chance to bag yourself some store credit. Now, how this works is I need you to give me a number between 1 and 75 in chat right now. I'll spin the number. I'll spin the wheel a period of 5 times. Let's see if we can find a winner. Now, the number that you choose needs to be between 1 and 75. I don't want you swapping and changing that number. It's one number per person. I spin the wheel 5 times. If we land on a number that you've got, great. However, if you do share that number with someone else, I will split the store credit between you. What am I going to play? What have I got on here then, mate? Oh, Julie's favourite. Get your lighters out, chat. Have I got a lighter here? I think I have for candles. Yeah. Right, I'm going to spin the wheel. I think we've had enough time. So it's between 1 and 75. Where did it start? With Rusty. Anybody in chat with 35? Oof, Sophie with 36. 37. Got Matthew with 35. Anyone else sharing 35? Welfare check on anyone hearing through headphones. I can see Matthew's got 35. Anyone sharing Matthew's number? Which I don't think they are, but it's always good to scroll through and check. No, I think it's Matthew. GG. Yeah, just Matthew. So Matthew, you got £10 store credit. Did you want to play a game of higher or lower, or are you sticking with £10 store credit? What would you like to do? So higher or lower, basically, chat, while he's deciding what he'd like to do, is I shuffle a deck of cards. I show him a card. If he says play, which he has, I'm going to show him a card. He then says higher or lower. If he wins, he walks away with a £15 store credit. If he loses, he walks away with a £5. It's not like he walks away with nothing, which is good. So, your top card is Matthew. Oof, 2. So are you going to go higher or lower than a 2? Now, our class ace is the lowest in the deck, and king is the highest. How you doing, Darla? Hope you're keeping well. And yourself, Gemma, of course. So Matthew wants to go higher. Oof, it was almost inevitable anyway with a low card like 2. Lovely jubbly. I owe you £15 store credit, Matthew. So if you drop me a message on Facebook or Instagram to our business page, I will get that sorted for you as long as it's before 6 p.m. We'll get that sorted. The Sports Direct cards of destiny. You are absolutely right. So yeah, that is the pre-live concluded. Matthew just bagged himself £15 store credit, so a huge congratulations there. We'll be live from 7 PM to find our winners for tonight's draw. So everything under Quest is being drawn tonight from 7, but they close at 6 PM. So if you want to get involved in any of these comps, as I say, there's some great odds to be had. Then they end at 6. We go live at 7 to find our winners, and yeah, be blamming lovely jubbly. So I'm going to love you and leave you, chat. Hope you've had an awesome weekend. We'll catch you in the live draw. And good luck to everyone who's getting involved as well. And if you're not getting involved but joining in on the live draw, I shall see you there. Peace out, A-Town, you sexy bunch. Bye, Felicias.